Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one on the quarterback, Baker Mayfield.
Just wanted to call because on the show yesterday I watched the little segment you guys had on Rex Ryan, basically backing up what he has said about Baker Mayfield being overrated as hell. And, he was gloating about how he's been a coach for 30 plus years and da-da-da-da-da, Yeah, he's been a coach for 30 years. That's admirable. But, has he been a winning coach? The guy, if Baker Mayfield is overrated as hell, Rex Ryan is the prime definition of an overrated coach. Like, if you look in the dictionary. Furthermore, I'm just sick of all the hate on Baker Mayfield. He didn't have a great game, against the Patriots. But he wasn't the only one on the field that was wearing orange and brown that had a bad game, And it's crazy because just a week ago they were talking about how phenomenal Baker Mayfield played against the Bengals,
So, Mary Kay, here's the thing: when you're talking about Baker Mayfield, when you're talking about any player, the job of the media isn't to be a cheerleader; it's to be fair and accurate. So when Baker Mayfield plays well, we're going to praise him. When he doesn't play well, we're going to say he needs to play better. The fans can stay behind him. The media needs to be a little bit more objective, and he's got to play better. I think Baker Mayfield probably feels he's got to play better.
Oh, I'm sure he does. And you're right about that. The lines anymore sometimes are blurred in terms of covering a team and who's covering the team. There are some sort of like fan journalist things going on. But I try to stay true to my journalistic roots and do things the way that I was trained to do them. And as you mentioned, that means telling it like it is. And when you see something that needs to be fixed or corrected or changed, to shine a light on it and to delve into it and to see what the problem is. And again, that's one of the reasons why I did that a lot at the end of last season, to say, okay, that was good, but let's remember, they made the playoffs in large part because the Steelers rested their starters in the season finale. You have to take a look at everything that goes into the hopper. And yes, I think that Baker needs to play better. There is no way that you can look at this season and say that he doesn't. I mean, again, he's only got 9 touchdown passes, and he is sort of middle of the pack in terms of rating and things like that. So he's got to step up his game. And what we don't know is how much is that harness impacting him? How much is that injury affecting him? It's hard to get an evaluation on him right now because of the injury situation. But they need to get a good eval because, they've got decisions to make coming up. Do you just let him play out the 5th-year option and then go from there? These are all things the organization will have to discuss.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. I've said that really from before he got hurt the second time. It's a tough year to evaluate exactly what he's going on, what's going on with him physically. And now you've got, more issues with it. He's banged up in his foot, in his knee, in his leg. So I think the foot injury, it didn't look like he was able to drive the ball downfield like he normally does in that Patriots game. So I think the foot injury might have been a little bit more significant than he was willing to let on during the week.
It could be. I mean, we don't really know. When he said, turf about the foot injury, that leads you to think, does he have a turf toe situation going on that is impacting him negatively? And is that why perhaps he's maybe not moving around as much as we've seen him before on boots and keepers, or our team's taking that away? So these are some things to think about. And as you mentioned, he does have a knee contusion now. So now he's dealing with a foot, a knee, a shoulder. He's going to have to rest up for this game. And all signs seem to be pointing to him starting against the Lions. But I'm sure there will be at least some discussion of, should we sit him down for a week with the knee injury and let him heal up and rest up? I don't think that will happen, but it at least has to be raised.
Yeah, and again, you hope he gets back to where he can do what he normally does.